Well, hello, friends out there in Keto land. This is Kevin Van Dorn from Keto Mojo Go. And this is kind of a tough video. Um, I have staked my reputation and even, my life on the ketogenic way of eating. But I have to share a story with you. You need to be prepared for the things that can go wrong when you're choosing this lifestyle. Of course, you hear stories of people suffering from, the keto flu. I'm going to tell you, that is mild in comparison to what I'm about to tell you. So, back in August of 2018, my wife, Shauna, and I started, the ketogenic diet, the ketogenic way of eating. And, we did, the extreme things, right? We avoided processed foods. We stopped drinking sugary drinks and juices. We would eat eggs and sausage instead of pancakes for breakfast. Instead of eating things like healthy things like potatoes and corn, we would eat broccoli and cauliflower or even leafy greens. We replaced the sugar in our coffee with stevia and heavy whipping cream, and even sometimes butter. Total madness. Well, did we lose weight? Yeah. We lost weight. We definitely lost weight. I mean, considerable weight. I gotta say, our appetite got weird. Sometimes we wouldn't want to eat for 16 hours. I stopped even craving sweets. That just can't be healthy, right? We were eating, fatty meats like steak, ground beef, chicken, bacon with veggies. We'd eat until we were full, and we just wouldn't eat when we weren't hungry. And I tell you, that food tasted so good that it just had to be bad for you. I mean, really. So, okay, we continued to lose weight. Our heads were really clear. I mean, we were just thinking unnaturally clearly. It couldn't be good. Even things like my inflammation seemed to be improving. But then one day, we went and visited our grandson, and he had a pretty bad cold. And I got a terrible upper respiratory infection. I mean, it's the worst I've ever had. It was awful. We even tried to film a couple videos, and we got through them during that time. I had to heavily edit them because I was coughing so much. But I pushed through that. I got better. And then, a couple weeks later, I got an even worse upper respiratory infection. I mean, I was just coughing bad. I was hacking and having a really hard time. And and then it was worse because then I was having to travel for my job. And I was really afraid that I was going to get pneumonia. So I got some steroid treatments, and I got better again. But I just had to wonder, what was keto doing to my immune system? I was at a crossroads. I mean, was I going to have to pick and choose between my health, and not getting pneumonia and going and keto? I mean, I just couldn't be sick. I mean, it was just too much. I mean, a lot of people would stop right there. I mean, I was dead stop. Okay, I can't continue because my immune system is shot. I can't keep doing keto. All right. So what happened? So it turns out the not eating of sugars and grains and carbohydrates was actually changing my body quite a bit. I didn't tell you earlier, but I have a couple of autoimmune diseases, and I take some pretty strong medicines for those autoimmune diseases. And they are designed to suppress my immune system. So what was happening? Well, I mentioned earlier that my inflammation was getting better. That was because the ketogenic diet or way of eating was reducing my inflammation, and the TNF alphas is what the Humira that I was taking uh, was being suppressed naturally. So the Humira was attacking the rest of my immune system, and it left me vulnerable to get sick. Strange occurrence. So I talked to my doctor, and we went ahead, and I came off of all of my autoimmune disease related medications. I was fully expecting to go through a major flare and almost, sometimes it could be rather crippling. It didn't happen. I mean, as those medicines faded from my system, I expected to get worse and worse. I mean, obviously, it's not perfect. I've had autoimmune disease for close to 20 years now, at least diagnosed, and so I'm not symptom free, but I'm much better than I was, and better than I was when I was fully on the Humira and on the other medicines I was taking for that. Just as my blood pressure has come down, I've had to reduce my blood pressure medicine. My blood sugar has come down, so I'm no longer on my blood glucose monitoring medicine. So yeah, keto has changed my life. But the point being is, had I not been aware of what could happen in my body. So some people, they're on blood pressure medicine and they go on this way of eating and their blood pressure goes down, maybe even too low. That can be dangerous. And in this case, I was on immune suppressants, and the ketogenic way of eating was making my immune system less proactive, less overactive. And so it allowed the Humira to work better than it had ever before. I had, the upper respiratory infection is a side effect that a lot of people get on Humira. I had never gotten in almost 20 years, 18 to be exact. So all of a sudden, by switching my diet, just for a few weeks, my body kind of went haywire, and the Humira worked better than it should have. So my best option, my best recourse, was to get off of that medication, and that's obviously the point here is, if you are under medical care and you are taking medicines and your doctors wanting you to take those things, and you go on this diet, you need to be aware of what can happen. So did keto almost kill me? Well, not really. I mean, it actually is in the process of healing me, but I had to be aware of my interactions with my medicines because it's different. All right. So, take hope, my keto friends. If you're on medications for any condition, whether it be high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, or hypothyroidism, anything, you need to monitor your blood pressure and your blood glucose. Reduce your dosage as needed, as prescribed by your doctor. Make sure that your doctor is aware that you're on the diet. It isn't that keto is killing you. It may actually be healing you. And your medicines just might be reacting differently. So just continue ketoing on. Between Shauna and I, we have lost over 100 pounds by eating less than 20 grams of carbohydrates a day. That's total, not net. We eat fatty meats and vegetables until we're full, and we don't eat when we're not hungry. And that is the secret to the ketogenic diet. It is not about watching specific macros other than those 20 grams of carbs. So thanks for taking the time to watch. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when we drop the next video or when we go live, because we go live at least once a week now. And we want everybody to be fully involved with that. Follow us on our Facebook group, Keto Mojo Go-Go. We also have our new group called Keto for Autoimmune Diseases, for people like us that have been stricken with these autoimmune diseases, and it looks like insulin resistance might be the biggest villain of all of these. So there might be great hope for all of us that suffer from these diseases. So, at any rate, have a great evening, and Keto Mojo Go Go out.